Well, folks, that didn't take long. Looks like Meghan Markle left Invictus early. And I got an inside tip, and we're going to talk about it right now. Let's get into it. All right, before moving on to this video, please like this video. I normally don't put out a video today, but if you would like this video, that would be awesome. And for all of my new subscribers, please follow me on Facebook. I put little videos up of my relationship with Otis on there, and also my videos on YouTube are uploaded there as well. So please follow me on Facebook. All right, now before we get into the video of the day, we're going to talk about Tom Bower. So when I saw this on social media, I could not believe it. I could not believe he was being harassed for being at the Invictus Games. I mean, we live in a free country, but isn't it just like people with the Sussex Squad and Meghan's supporters to bully someone and to make that person feel like they don't have freedom of just moving around the country and doing what they want in America? He was bullied for being at the Invictus Games. We have to watch this video because I think it is disgusting. Let's take a look.
You are at Invictus.
Why I'm here?
Yeah, why are you at Invictus? Sure, really? Yeah? That's why you came to see? Or is it because you know Harry and Meghan were going to be here today? Yeah. Yeah, we've read the things you've wrote about them, especially Meghan. We've seen your book, we've heard about your book. So it's very interesting that you're at Invictus because we know why you're here. So why don't you tell the truth about why you're here? You came all the way from the UK and the UK press to Invictus in Canada just because you want to see it? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. But yeah, we know.
So I made a comment on this post because let me just tell you something, sister girl Sussex Squad bullies. Tom Bower can go anywhere he wants. And I think one of them was saying, call the police. If anybody's going to get picked up by the police, it will be you for harassing a man at the Invictus Games. You see, you can be from the press in the UK. You can come to America and you can sit your hiney down and watch Harry and Meghan, because guess what? They have no exclusivity on what people do, whether they're there to support Harry and Meghan or not. And it's a shame because Meghan and Harry should come out and apologize for this Sussex Squad person saying what they said to Tom Bower, to bully him. This is how brainwashed these Meghan Markle supporters are, because allegedly she pays them, because she can't get supporters to really vouch for her based on her character. She has to pay people to support her disingenuous lies and the way she treats people. She has to pay people to support that behavior, because don't get it twisted. That kind of support for Meghan is to support all of the bad things that are happening that Meghan is doing. And it is supported by those in Hollywood, because I heard that there's going to be another South Park. They're going to be coming out with the South Park episode, and it's going to be called Megzilla, or that's going to be the name of the character of Meghan. And it's so appropriate because this is not a one-off. People not liking Meghan or hating on her. People are very, very against Meghan's character and how she uses people and how she lies and her disingenuousness. Her character is very, very flawed. And until she corrects it and stop trying to make excuses for it by paying people to support that negative character, she'll always get opposition, because people are going to always put up resistance to someone who is carrying on the way Meghan is. And her Sussex Squad people support that. So I support Tom Bower. Come to America, sit down, watch the game. Because if they call the police on you, Tom Bower, trust me, they will be the ones getting arrested for harassing you. So I like how Tom handled it. He just smiled and sat down because he knows, girl, take your butt on out and get out of here. Ain't nobody listening to you. I can write a book. I can write whatever I want as long as it's vetted and it's the truth. Because if it wasn't, why haven't Harry and Meghan sued the man? Right? So good for Tom Bower. I'm glad he did what he did, and he just let those little girls just walk on away and trying to bully them. Because trust me, if I were there, I would have been standing up for Tom Bower. Oh yes, I would have been standing up and giving my 2 cents to the matter and telling him what a great job he did with his book, because that is some nonsense. Very, very wrong to do. And my whole thing is learning and getting better and improving. What you don't know, hey, you can always get better. They need to understand that they are supporting the wrong side of all of this. It's not okay to do that to people. You don't do, especially someone visiting our country. Okay. Well, everyone, it looks like there was a big blow up, a big fight. Now, I'm alleging this because an inside source has told me this, that they had a big fight. There was a lot of back and forth about what had been happening so far with Meghan and all of her picture taking, getting content for her channel, but yet showing to not really be there for the veterans because Harry had not been at several of the giving out awards. Harry was not where he was supposed to be. And there was a big backlash about it. We don't know the insides, of course, of that, but Meghan left Invictus early. That is what the story is. So let's just take a look at this story. So Meghan is set to leave Canada without Prince Harry. The reason is revealed. And we all know it's going to be some PR spin because we all know they had to show a united front. And we saw Harry was just not feeling it. His body language spoke volumes. He had his moments where, it looked like all was good, but then he dropped his face. He had moments where his face slipped. And there is a lot going on with this couple. And I find it so wrong. Why doesn't Meghan ever wear the Invictus Games merch? Harry does, but she doesn't. It just gives you some of the body language. It's an indicator of her true intentions. It's not really to support Invictus, because supporting them fully 100%, you would be wearing the Invictus Game merch. Okay, so here is what it says. So Meghan is due to leave Canada without Harry today, Tuesday. She was there for 5 days watching the action at the Invictus Games, attending various events in the tournament, which champions injured servicemen and women. If she wasn't expected to remain, she would have mentioned that probably in her opening wah, 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 wah speech, or she would have gave some kind of message to Harry when he gave his speech yesterday to say, my wife needs to leave early, yada, yada, but it wasn't expected, allegedly, from what I heard, for her to even leave today. A close source is saying that this was always planned. Meghan is going to be with her children. Meghan left the games in Dusseldorf early after 5 days to go home. This is Prince Harry's event and she is there to support him, but this was planned. Well, of course, they have to say it was planned. They don't want to cause any hoopla around it. They don't want people to think that there was actually a negative reason why she left early. No. This is the PR spin that they have to put around it, but it doesn't make sense considering Valentine's Day is going to be in a couple of days. We had also heard reports that Harry and Meghan were supposed to bring the children. Doesn't make sense that you wouldn't bring them so that you could be there for the duration to support your husband. Like what? I mean, it doesn't make sense that you would not be there to support him. Either you're going to do these events together with your new plan to be together for your professional business, or you're not. Meghan has been sharing snaps of footage behind the scenes on her new Instagram since they arrived in Canada. We saw Meghan, she giggled in a selfie-style video with Nelly backstage at the games. And they're saying that Harry photobombed the clip midway through, which, if you kind of slow it down, he just kind of gave a not so cheerful glance into the camera. When I saw it, it seemed kind of odd that he would not do like a fun like photo bomb, you know, or something silly. I just thought that was interesting. So they're saying that Meghan was actually told to leave. And the other things is, if she were going to go to the Invictus Games, why was there not a proper send-off? I mean, you had the nerve to give an opening speech to welcome your husband. You just going to show up and just leave without saying goodbye? I mean, I think it's kind of rude. So that's what they're saying. And I talked about this. I talked about how they did not want her to come. There was a lot of things happening behind the scenes. The veterans felt like Meghan was taking over. It was becoming more about Meghan and less about the veterans who have been working so hard for the games and preparing for this day. And the exploitation of it all is really gotten to people. And it makes so much sense, because I know I would be upset too if I had been working so hard to get the focus on my team, people supporting the games with, you know, me and my fellow comrades and, you know, everyone that's there to support the Invictus Games. And then you have the wife show up in these very expensive clothes that I'm sure, I can't say for sure, but were probably given a budget by Invictus, because Meghan may have demanded it. I don't know, but it's aligned with her character to get monies to show up. And so they've just had enough. And it'd be really nice to see how things will change for Harry, because with Meghan there, he had a certain aura about him. And they are not happy about Meghan. Now, it is being revealed that the reason behind the unexpected development stems from Harry's secret battle with this post-traumatic stress disorder. And a lot of times when Harry is feeling a certain kind of way, they do mention his PTSD. Maybe he was just feeling a certain kind of way about all the pressure. There's a lot of different news out there about the games and Meghan and Harry and, you know, the PR to make it look good and to not fake it. I think that alone is stress for Harry. And then on social media, others are saying that maybe, people were really upset that she took a huge amount of money meant for the Invictus soldiers, and she spent it on herself, providing herself with more clothing options, merching things, really trying to use this platform for Invictus to help her own profile and celebrity, putting it on her Instagram to help herself make money to elevate her status before her show comes out on Netflix. There's a lot going on that people just don't like it. It's wrong. So that's what they're saying. I'm giving you an alleged story of why she left, and that story to me makes a lot of sense, that she would be asked to leave. Maybe she didn't leave because she was asked to leave. Maybe she left because she had already planned to leave. But I find it curious that you don't say goodbye before you leave, especially when you are you're supposed to, you interject yourself as part of the whole Invictus family, the family of Invictus, and you leave without saying goodbye. Was there a goodbye ceremony for the athletes because Meghan was leaving? Did she go meet with the veterans before she left to say goodbye? It looks like it was pretty abrupt. Hey, this is what I'm hearing. It makes sense to me. Okay? It makes sense to me. So that's what it is, allegedly. We'll have to wait and see if other reports come out about it, but it looks like Meghan Markle, has left Invictus, or is getting ready to leave Invictus and go back to Montecito. So much drama happening, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this one. I will see you in the next one. Bye.